So I've dedicated 10 years to build a book series on the same level of Harry Potter. I started 6 months ago. It took J.K. Rowling 17 years to finish the entire Harry Potter universe. And I'm thinking I can beat that in 10 years. So in this video, I want to give my writing routine and my plan for actually doing this. And it's a fucking ambitious goal, but you know, it gives meaning. It gives meaning in life. So here we go. Now, whenever I wake up, I always prioritize sleep because I'm a self-improvement autist. Like, I've watched people like Hamza, Chris Sturmy. You probably know who those people are if you're in the self-improvement space. And I prioritize sleep because sleep is the best productivity hack ever. I don't know how George R. Martin or J.K. Rowling did it when it came to sleep, but I don't wake up with an alarm clock at the moment because, well, I'm not in school, and I'm just going to have like a cafe job at the moment, and I live at home with my parents at the moment. So I wake up when my body is fully rested. I go to sleep at a specific point. I always try to be in bed at 8 o'clock. And when I wake up, typically around like 6 a.m., 6:30, I do a little short morning ritual, a short routine where I drink some water, I meditate maybe 10 minutes, and then I just get to writing right away. My 1 hour of writing. That's one thing I'm very focused on, is making sure my writing is actually getting better and that I'm not just clocking in word counts. For example, today I did write 600 words. I think it's 8th December at the moment, but it's not the words that matter. It's what kind of quality are those words? Am I getting closer to finishing the book series? Am I making chapters which make sense, which is good, which fits the story? Or am I just making random stuff that I can't even use? So when I'm having this 1 hour session, I have which is another video I'll be making, I have sort of a framework for how I walk between the different tasks, because we all know as a writer, when you sit down, you can open the document and just try to write right away, but typically maybe you might need some time to think. You might need some time to write in a notebook to get inspiration. And that's sort of a system I use when I'm having this 1 hour of writing. But when it comes to my writing routine, do my morning ritual, then have 1 hour of writing, and afterwards I walk. I walk for 30 minutes. I just go outside, get some daylight, and just think. Because I think in the world we live in, work really is people have given it this perception that, for example, in a writer's case, you work when you write. I think I disagree fully with that statement, because I think when you walk, you're actually working. I think when you're thinking about the book series, about the world, you're working. I think when you're going to the gym, you're making sure your health is peak, you're eating healthy, that is working. Because all of those, if you make sure the things you do after you're writing is very much optimized, and if your health is very good, if you sleep very well, your writing, your 1 hour of writing, or however long you write, will become higher quality most likely, because you're more in your mind, you're more ready to fire words out on the page. That was gay. And so I do 1 hour of writing there, then I walk for 30 minutes, then I get back inside and I do 45 minutes of research / world building. So in that case, what that means is I can actually show you. I put up a document which I have on Drive, it's called the entire called the entire backstory, like basically all the world building stuff within my world. And I have this document where I've just noted several things I need to research just randomly. I also have Drive on my phone, so I can easily access if there's anything I think about throughout the day. I can note it right in here. Or if I get something while I'm writing, I typically like to write with one tab open. So in this case, it would be a different tab for writing a chapter. And whenever I get like an idea of what I have to research, I'll note it down on this notebook right here, which is on the right side. And when I start this research session, which is 45 minutes, I just go through all of the questions, and I use ChatGPT as my research tool, and I ask ChatGPT. I just speak out loud often when I'm researching instead of like writing and locking myself in my own head. I'll just ask out. For example, in one case, I had to learn about clothes, like what kind of clothes would they wear in Norway, because in Norway is where my story will happen. So I just asked what kind of clothes would be suitable to wear in cold Norwegian forest weather, right? And then I got an answer, and then I apply it to the world building document right away. If I got something useful, I'd teach it to the air, just basically researching, learning the stuff, actually getting it inside my head. And then afterward, I'd finished the 45-minute research session. I'll just read some fiction, because I think reading a lot of fiction is one of the best things to see how good fiction is written. When you read Harry Potter, when you read Game of Thrones, when you read Lord of the Rings, you actually subconsciously start writing more like great fiction. At least that's something I've heard from like J.K. Rowling and George R. Martin. They read like heavily throughout their childhoods. J.K. Rowling and George R. Martin were both obsessive readers. It's also said that if you're not willing to read, you can't write. Simple as that. If you don't have time to read, you don't have time to write. And that's basically like my morning writing routine. That's my writing routine in the morning. And throughout the day, I just gym. I just do like healthy self-improvement things. I get back and I might, like at the end of the day, record a video like this. I might do some more world building stuff. Just thinking around the world I'm building. Another thing is that it's less about routine and more about like, if you have, like in my case, my life is the book series and it's the gym. It's those two things. And I'm social at the gym, etc. When your life becomes your writing, you have less things, you have less activities, you have less of everything, but more of book series, and you just start thinking more of the book series because that's your goal. Yeah, so that's my writing routine. 1 hour of writing, 30 minutes walk, 45 minutes research, some fiction reading, and that's the whole routine. And at the evening, might just do some random world building stuff, what if questions, etc. So yeah, take care. Hope that helped you out there. Okay, bye.